Copywriting for beginners. So what you're going to learn in this video are two of the most persuasive things that you need to know that really get people to buy. So not only will you be able to learn those two words by watching this video, and by the end of this video, you're going to learn how to write better copy, which means you'll be able to have more sales in your life and in your business. So if you're ready to jump into that and learn these two strategies, there's a lot that goes into copywriting, but if you're ready to jump in and learn these, be sure to like. Okay, so there's really two things that I'm going to teach here. Now, there's a lot of things that go into copywriting, but these two are probably the money makers, like the most important things. So first thing is, like, keep in mind that they do not really care about you. Everybody's always thinking what is in it for them. So you always got to be thinking in the mindset of like, what is in it for them? Like, with that being said, if you 100% going into your copy and writing or doing video, you 100% know what I'm about to tell you here next, then you are going to maximize your time. So what is that thing? It is emotion. Emotion gets people to buy 100% of the time. You've probably heard it before. They buy with emotion, then they justify with logic. It is 100% true. So how does emotion really play into the two strategies I'm going to show you today? The first one is, we'll jump into it here. You want to master bullets. I'm telling you this, like, that is the money maker. Now, where most people fail with bullets is they do like a bullet list, and it's just like, hey, here's the feature, and that's it. That is deadly. Like, that works. It's such a low conversion rate. So what I'm going to tell you to do with your bullets, and if you can master this, it's going to be 110% better. So these two strategies, honestly, they really blend together very well. Like, it's almost like one strategy, but to kind of just make it simple, your first one is what really sells people is emotion. So that's your first strategy. Like, you have to know that, master that. The second one is using bullets to sell with emotion. Okay, so like, what do I mean by like using bullets and incorporating emotion? Like, someone's like, hey, I do bullets now, but like, what do you mean I can sell more people with just the bullets? It's because, again, you're going back to the feature part of things. You don't want to just do features in a bullet. So like, for example, with bullets, when people are just doing features, the features like what something does for you. You have to, and I mean you have to, attach a benefit to every single feature. Like, that is the key. Now, like, how do you attach it? Like, people are like, what's examples? I'll give you some examples. But the key thing is here is like the thing that brings it together, that attaches it. Like, this is where emotion and sales come into place. Like, how do you piece those two things together? This is how. So in your bullet formula, you need to have three things. Number one is you need to give people a reason to act. If they have no reason why they should act now or buy your thing or do whatever, opt in, they're not going to do it. Again, it comes back to emotions. Number two thing, like, this is probably the killer part, is you have to build curiosity. So just like at the beginning of this video, when I'm talking about, hey, here's what you need to do, or here's the two magic words that will help you sell a lot more, that's building curiosity. So people, like humans, are very like mysterious creatures. Like, they love mystery. So the more curious you can make things, the more interested they're going to be. So the third thing, and a lot of people, like, they think this is pretty crazy. Like, they're like, hey, I can do all like what you're telling me with bullets, and I'm telling you can. But the third most important thing you should know is you need to understand, like, hey, how do I carry out the weight of my product by explaining like what it's going to do for the customer between like the feature and benefit phase. So what that looks like is this. So the kind of formula with this is, like, you can think of it like it blank so you can blank. So let me give you a better example. So the three key things, like, to keep in mind too, is you want to do feature plus benefit plus meaning. So if you want to write that down, feature plus benefit plus meaning, that's going to allow you to really have a very easy outline to follow with this. So here's kind of an example I learned, and I'll put it to you guys because it's a super easy one to remember, and it's completely understanding, right? So we'll take wrenches, for example, like, you know, things you fix, cars around the house, wrenches. So if you ever go on like Amazon, sometimes there's listings and it'll say like wrench, one size fits all. Or it'll say like chrome steel vanadium construction, like something like that. Or it'll say like stamped markings for easy identification. Like, that's a bullet point for a wrench. So let's make it real sexy. You ready? So I'm going to tell you kind of like a little beefed up version, and then we're going to get even crazier with bullet points just for wrenches. And again, this isn't my strategy. This is something I learned from a guy named Jim Edwards. So credit to him for this. So going back to the wrenches, like, let's take it slow and let's start beefing these things up, make it really, really good, right? And you tell me, like, so if you're buying a wrench and let's say, for example, it was like a whole set, like the bullet points, like wrenches, whole set. Let's beef that up a little bit and see if you're more interested in buying these wrenches. So instead of it just saying one piece set, imagine if it said one piece set so you can keep all your wrenches together in one place. A lot better than one piece set. And not only that, if you realize what I've just done there is you're painting a picture for the person buying it. So instead of them just thinking of, oh, cool, one piece set, now they're thinking, oh, it's a one piece set because then this way will save me time and headache of having everything in one place. Okay, and as promised, here's the 2 words, the money makers that you should be incorporating in almost all of your bullets. I want to use them every single bullet because then people will be like, hey, this person keeps saying this, but kind of use something similar, but you'll see what I mean here. Those 2 words, those highly persuasive words, the one that really sells people is the 2 words, which means. So you're probably thinking like,
what the heck, like, why would that even matter?
Let's do the wrench example again. I'm telling you, once you learn this, you'll be like, wow. All right, so and picture this for like whatever you do, because again, it goes back to feature plus benefit plus meaning. So when you can incorporate all those into your bullet points, makes it 1,000 times better. Okay, so going back to the wrenches, right? So we started with one piece set, and then from there we made it a little better by doing a one piece set so you can keep all your wrenches in one place. Now adding the which means makes everything 1,000 times better. So now you can say the one piece set so you can keep all your wrenches in one place, which means you'll never be left high and dry with the wrong wrench. So just going from something like one size wrench or one set wrench and making it into the phrase that I just said, you see how that's 1,000 times better. And when you're doing that with every bullet point, makes it 1,000,000 times more persuasive. And here's another thing to keep in mind too, of like the reasons why people buy. The top 4 I would say is like, number 1, save time. Number 2, they want to save money. Number 3, they want to get rid of a problem or stress or headache. And number 4 is they're just looking for like a change, like they need something better. So for example, to kind of think about it this way is like, again, thinking of the wrench, like remember when we said,
hey, there's all these different size wrenches.
And that's it. Okay, so instead of saying like all different size wrenches or SAE wrenches, which is like the term for it, let's juice it up and add that feature plus benefit plus meaning and incorporate that steroid of the which means. So again, instead of saying SAE sizes in the bullet point for this wrench, you would say something like SAE sizes so you have the exact wrench you need when you need it, which means you can get projects done faster and move on with your life. So you see how taking something like SAE sizes, something that's not very appetizing, and making it a lot better by incorporating feature, benefit, meaning. And you can also see there what I did is, hey, what is this doing for this person? It is saving them time. Like they, instead of somebody reading, hey, SAE size wrenches, do it for yourself. If you were to buy a wrench and you saw SAE sizes compared to something like what I just read, which is like, hey, this is the exact size you need when you need it, which means you'll be able to save time and get your projects done faster. Just by them reading a bullet point on a wrench like that, how much more likely do you think are they going to be able to actually say, hey, I'm emotionally attached to this, I'm involved? Because now they're thinking, wow, if I get this wrench compared to this one, I'm going to save myself a lot more time, and I hate wasting time. So kind of putting it plain and simple, you kind of see what I did there. So the biggest things to kind of take away from this is you want to do feature plus benefit plus meaning and adding in that which means with everything. So again, you want to hit them with the feature. Hey, my product helps people, I don't know, what do you make money online? Which means you'll have more time to spend with your family, and things like that. So this way you can have a better life. Like, see how you can kind of get emotionally attached instead of saying like, hey, my product helps people make money online. Like, let's say even if they're new, like you can definitely go more abroad with that and you kind of keep diving deeper into it. And again, the other thing you have to keep in mind is keep it emotional. Like, they don't really care about you. It's just a human nature. They want to know what's in it for them. So I want you guys to go out there and start doing a lot of research. And another thing too is, if like this interests you, if you want to learn more stuff like this, I actually have a free private Facebook group. I'll post a link down there below. You can feel free to join it if you like this kind of stuff. In there, I'm going to teach a lot about just online marketing in a whole. So if this is something you incorporated into your business and you actually like what I talked about, feel free to join that. You'll absolutely love it. But that's it, guys. If this was very interesting to you, I know it's kind of more beginner based. If you're advanced and you watch this and you're like, oh, that's boring. Again, it's for kind of for beginners. So with you being a beginner, I didn't want to overload you with a lot of things, but I do want you to go out there and start learning. Take it step by step, like master each like step of it, like bullet points, how to emotionally attach somebody to a sale or just to your copy, just through words, things like that. Take it one step at a time. So like I said, guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment below. What was the best thing you learned? What did you like most about it? What are you going to do now that you've learned these strategies? And if there's anything else I can do for you guys, let me know in the comments below. But I'm probably going to make some other copywriting videos, put it into a playlist, so that way you guys have more knowledge, especially if you're a beginner. There's a lot of people out there, I will tell you a warning too, be careful. There's guys out there who do copywriting courses, sell them for a lot of money, and some are very good and a lot are very bad. Like a lot of it is a lot of free information you can learn. So I'm going to dump a lot of the free info on you guys here on this channel. So feel free to subscribe, get into that Facebook group, all that fun stuff. But thanks for watching, guys.